What is up, people? Welcome to the Week 18 edition of Matchup Points here at fantasypoints.com. I am John Hansen, our guy Tommy T on the other side of the glass with Brett Whitefield and Mr. Adam Caplan. How you guys doing? Happy New Year, Mr. Caplan. How are you, sir?
Happy New Year, Johnny boy. Good to see you and Brett. And here we are, Week 18. Wasn't sure if we're going to make it. We've made it. I don't know who's still in the playoffs. And God bless you if you're playing a Week 18 league.
Mm-hmm. Brett, he's over there growing beards, shaving beards, growing them back, and we're not even noticing. What's up, Brett?
What's up, man? You got it. That's the track we've been on here.
He's with beard right now. I did notice that. All right. Well, it is a tough week. We'll get into it right now, and no game tonight, of course. So, Adam, we may need you a little bit more to do some of the heavy lifting here.
Yep, sure.
We'll start with I got to call it up. That would help if I called it up, like where we're starting. But the Saturday game, which is the Pittsburgh Steelers, correct?
Yep.
And the Baltimore Ravens. All right. So Baltimore, like they just ruled out a bunch of dudes. So like we're like 100% backups here for the Ravens, Adam, right?
Total rest. It's almost impossible to rest 22 starters. In fact, you can't because you only have so many roster spots. So the guys who will not play will be Odell Beckham Jr. He's no injury. They're not going to risk. They're not going to risk it. Zay Flowers won't play with a calf injury. He's not. He didn't do anything this week. They want to make sure that he gets to the playoffs in one piece, and this will get this minor calf strain to 100%. Kyle Hamilton, I doubt that he'll play with his MCL sprain. Malik Harrison they rotate three inside backers. He won't play. Marlon Humphrey won't play with a calf. Lamar's not playing. I don't know if he'll even dress, but Snoop Huntley will play. Darryl Worley, who's sort of a movable chess piece, corner safety, won't play. Zeitler won't play, one of starting guards. So yeah, John, anyone who has a minor injury won't play. They may have to play a couple starting linemen only because you can't bench it's hard to bench your five starters. Now what they'll do is each team has two practice squad moves they can make. So they'll call two players up for that. Now, Bateman, I would think Bateman would play.
Well, you know who they apparently must have just called up? Laquan Treadwell.
Yeah, Laquan Treadwell. So Bateman, the guys who will play at receiver, for those of you who want to do daily, Laquan Treadwell, Tylan Wallace.
Maybe Aguilar?
Aguilar is because he could play multiple receiver positions. He actually play all three of them. Mm-hmm. And Bateman might. And then the question will be, can't play likely. Charlie Kohler, figures to play. Yep.
Oh, we love Kohler.
Yep. And then they'll have to get another tight end. They only have two on the roster.
Brett, I guess we'll look at Mason Rudolph because I know you have some somewhat encouraging things to say about Mason Rudolph. What have you seen from him on tape the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I mean he looks comfortable. That's definitely the best QB play they've gotten all season has been from Rudolph, minus the one game we saw, in the post-Canada era with Kenny Pickett. Sorry. Rudolph looks good. I think what he brings to the offense that Pickett and Trubisky just weren't getting done is the ability to push the ball outside the numbers down the field. That's where George Pickens thrives, as we know. Deontay is also an outside guy, so we haven't really seen him thrive yet, but maybe that's coming. He boosts those receivers a little bit, actually, which I never thought I would put Mason Rudolph boosting receivers in the same sentence, but here we are.
Yeah. Good schematic matchup for Pickens. Decent for Deontay for what it's worth. He actually did throw to Patty F last week. I wouldn't be shocked to see a shot player too to our guy Calvin Austin, who has not done much, admittedly. Like that's one guy we should mention once in a while. Like, we did like his chances, not as much as Tank Dell, but so far it's not really happening for him. But I think we could probably. Adam, what about Mel Gordon? Who'd they just sign today?
Dalvin Cook. Yeah. I mean, Dalvin was signed to help on third down and just to give him some depth, and he can protect. But yeah, so the guys that you'll probably see handle the rushing load this game would be Melvin Gordon, Justice Hill, of course, was terrific last week. I don't know if that'll be that's like when the coaches have their meetings.
Yeah.
They have to have at least two backs.
do they view Hill as like a starter in the playoffs?
Right, and that's my point. That's my point. That again, they have Jake Funk who they could call up. This is going to be a decision with the personnel staff. Okay, we only have 2 spots here. What do we need here? Because Funk, this is a perfect opportunity for Funk, but they're going to need to have enough corners for the game. They're a team that's very deep at corner, but you need to have spots for that. And then they're going to rest a couple of their inside backers. This is kind of a tough thing for them because they rotate a lot of players.
Yeah, well, Brett, real quick, we'll wrap here, but Steelers are kind of going at this full throttle, divisional game, big opportunity for Mason Rudolph to show something. I mean, this pretty good. No Marlon Humphrey. I mean, who knows if Queen's going to play, right? I mean,
oh yeah, I can't imagine he'd play.
It's a pretty good spot for some production for the Steelers, Brett.
Yeah, for sure. And I kind of really like Najee Harris and Jalen Warren.
Yeah.
Baltimore's been getting beat up on the ground the last 5 or 6 weeks, actually. So, and then they've played some of the better running teams in the league in San Francisco and Miami, of course. But Najee Harris looks really good. In fact, what is he like? Top 6 in rushing yards since week 7. His explosive run rate is career highs for him since week 7. He's forcing more missed tackles, yards after.
So should I not feel bad, Brett, that I actually had him on my list? I do a thing, the Hansen 70. He was on there, so I it's not a win, that's for sure. I don't know if it's an L though.
Yeah, since week 7, he's definitely earned the Hansen 70 for sure. It stinks that he got off to such a bad start, but this whole team did. This whole offense was pathetic, other than maybe Jalen Warren. So,
not to get all philosophical, Adam, but I'm telling you, me with my lessons learned.
Yeah,
I have never really done this, but I'm really going to have to focus now. The NFL has made us do it with all these multiple seasons. I'm focusing now on the first 2 seasons of the league.
Yeah, because there were a lot of guys. Our boy Rashad got off to that slow start.
Focusing on continuity.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to. Well, the other thing is, John, you got to hang in there with guys that you really liked.
Look at Jahmyr Gibbs.
He got off to a slow start. You know he was going to.
Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr. This is the advice this summer. Fade Jahmyr Gibbs and then trade for his ass in week 6. That was
trust John. Right? My term, trust the play caller. I trusted Ben Johnson would get it right.
But it took him a minute.
He's born good. Oof.
Oh, I know, but that's my point. Even the good ones, it takes him a minute to get a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs.
Sure. He's a rookie. I mean, he's a rookie. You have to figure it out because this is new for Ben Johnson to have this type of rotation, and they're completely different backs between Stonewall, Montgomery, and this kid. So.
Right. Well, again, not to go off on a tangent, and I'll do plenty of writing about it, but if I'd have studied the Giants' schedule and determined that the first 5-6 weeks, I'm like, this is bad. This could I didn't really look at it that hard, but in the future I will, because I'll be like, yeah, well, this is a recipe for disaster. They've got multiple national games against good pass rushing teams. Anyways, Houston at Indy. I cannot help myself to be in review mode this time of the year. Houston at Indy. No playing time issues here, Adam, correct?
No, but they got injuries. So Noah Brown won't play. He hurt his back last week. He's not going to play. Robert Woods probably won't play. He didn't do anything this week with a hip injury.
I got a sleeper. Xavier Hutchinson.
Yeah, he's flashed a little bit. Yeah. He's going to have to play. I mean, no question about it. Defensively, they think they're going to have Grenard won't play. He's already out, who's one of their starting DNs. But what they did is they purposely limited these guys like Rankins and Malik Collins just to get them to the game. And you know how good their run defense is, folks. They're no joke. They shut you down. The way you beat Houston is you throw the football. So we'll see what happens.
Yep. Well, we've got, Brett, I think overall some pretty intriguing matchups here schematically. I know that's my new favorite buzzword. I'm already annoying people with it. I'm sorry. Somebody tweeted me they're going to do a drinking game in the morning. Every time I say schematically, they take a drink. They'll be drunk by lunchtime. I'm like, that's not a very good plan schematically. Scheme out your day. But anywho, Brett, good schematic matchup for Stroud. Really good one for Hutchinson. I noted here. Nico against zone heavy.
Yep.
Looks good to me, and I think Schultz too. What stands out to you?
Yeah, and it's not just zone heavy; it's that saggy zone heavy stuff. The same defense really the Rams run, and it's exploitable. They're going to give up a ton of catches. I love Nico on these intermediate routes against the Colts. It's going to be fun. Hutchinson's he's a legit possession receiver too. Really good body control, really great hands. I want to say his last year at college, he caught well over 100 balls and only dropped one of them. So
wow,
yeah,
he's really, really good hands. So a guy like that against zone should thrive as well. Not a lot of juice there for him, but
I got a Dobbs vibe. I think from him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, I see that for sure. So yeah, I like both these guys, but I do really like Nico this week, and Stroud has performed well against these types of defenses all year.
And listen, I've been a big John Mechie guy. I love that kid. I mean, greatest guy ever that from my interaction with him. But I mean, he's not ready. He's not doing crap. I mean, he doesn't even look good. Have you seen anything from Mechie?
Nothing that I'm too excited about yet. I would imagine it's going to take him a little time to get back in the swing of things. So.
Yeah, love that dude though.
Played a lot, John. You should know though. He played a lot last week after.
He just doesn't look good right now. He's just.
I know. I mean, look, he's missed almost he basically missed 2 years of football, so you can't just snap your fingers. But you're right, John. Hutchinson's going to play a lot, no question. Mm-hmm. Now, I do wonder do they go more 12 personnel this week because they're down at receiver?
Oh yeah, that's a great point. I'm sure they will because they've got they've got Brevin Jordan.
Yeah.
He's built like a receiver, sure.
It's weird they use him.
They actually just got Saubert,
who's a wide tight end. Yeah, Art Saubert.
Yep. All right. Well, and then for the Colts, it's not the best matchup here. I always worry about Minshew and schematics. Honestly, weirdly enough, this is a good one for Pierce. Our guy, Brett, could we get a big play to Pierce this week?
Unfortunately for Pierce, it comes one play at a time.
One trick pony.
Yeah, just a go ball guy. He's God, it's a
white guy, no less. Think of that. Right. What are the odds?
When he hits it looks nice though. It looks a real nice play. But no, I kind of like Pittman still. I know schematically we're worried about Minshew, but they're just so RPO, and I've said this a few times on this show. Yeah. They're just so RPO heavy. They what they do just kind of works against anybody. You're just reading keys and putting those second level defenders in conflict. And I just think Pittman should get his, and that's been pretty consistent all year. So,
yeah, no question. I saw his prop is like 7.5 grabs. So get ready for another 7 to 8 grabs.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
I thought Johnny Taylor looked great last week. Brett.
He did. He looked really good. I know the, yards per carry, whatever stupid metric you go by, didn't look great, but all the advanced stuff looked good, and you could see the juice, the explosiveness, ability to make guys miss. Looks great. So. And
John, remember that the Taylor, he's come back from surgery, so it's going to be hard for him to catch the ball a lot. I think that's probably what has happened here.
Yeah, that's a great point again. Do you know his agent, by the way?
Oh, it was Barry Gardner. He's no longer on.
Oh, right. The former player. I was just saying, get a hold of the Taylor Ham people and, give Tommy Cutlets a run for his money. That's what he should do. I don't even know if Brett gets that, because is that just East Coast deal? Do you know what Taylor Ham is, Brett?
No idea.
Okay.
No idea.
It's like pork roll, Taylor Ham.
Okay.
They call it pork roll in Philly. They call it Taylor Ham up north, New York, right, Adam? Right? Yeah. Is that fair?
Taylor Ham, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
Foreman should play. By the way, Foreman should be able to play. Or whatever's Moss. I'm sorry, not Foreman. Moss.
Yeah, I was going to say like Foreman.
Wait, did we pivot games?
Yeah. No, I'm thinking of because they're both power backs. Yeah, Moss. Yeah.
Yeah, and that probably doesn't mean anything negligible. Let's move on here to Alec Pierce's prop is 29.5, Brett, which I do find fascinating because these books, like they're on it. They're on the positive schematic matchup that we have.
For sure. Have you checked longest reception prop? Because that's probably what I would play for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Good call.
Yeah.
No, but I'm sure I'm gonna guess it's 21.
I'll guess 16.5.
Okay, you
I
might
would,
be a
take,
little.
I would take the over. I'd bet the over.
I don't do. I am just a overs, yardage or catch guy. That's it.
That's it.
That's all I am.
Yeah, I love the reception props personally. Like I crush those. So
Yeah, I've got pretty good luck with those. I love that. I love that Shakir prop last week, though. That thing was just absolute money. And there's a couple of them like that this week. I'm thinking about doing a little section called schematic props. I'm going to see. I'm going to test the schematic data, right? And the 10 best ones. Like I'll give you an example. Is Drew urine sample on the Bengals? Drew's sample, off the chart schematic matchup, which means probably he gets 2 checkdowns for 18 yards, and his prop's probably like 9. So, anyways,
that's awesome.
Yeah, we'll see where that goes. Next one here. Damn, I keep losing my place here. Oh, Tampa at Carolina. And Adam, we're good. I know Baker was back at practice, and we're playing to win for the Bucs.
Oh yeah, look, they know this awful division. They know it's all about winning. So, Shaq Barrett should be back from his groin injury. They should get Carlton Davis back for this game, missing a game with a concussion.
Oh, okay, not that it matters with Carolina.
Yeah, well, right, for their offense, right, but they're if you're playing fantasy defenses, this is not a bad one with Barrett and Davis expected back.
Yeah.
And Trey Palmer, I'm so interested. If they walk away from Mike Evans, which they did, they're the ones who decided that they were going to extend Evans' contract. I'm going to look into Trey Palmer. We'll do we'll do a little Dynasty League show or something. You and I, John.
I already got him on in my team on the fantasy.
Okay, just kind of what the teams think of these players, from behind the scenes, and some guys who are emerging on my list, which I just became aware of. A couple guys I knew about, but I didn't know how they were doing, and now I have a better idea. He's one of them.
I think he's on my roster.
His hands are always going to be the challenge, but the kid is definitely emerged. Yeah,
I got him. Right there with a bunch of other underachievers. Jalen Tolbert. Oh God. Let's move on to. Well, what else do we want to say about Tampa? Rashad.
First half was a nightmare. I don't know what happened. Boy, they really – and then they got urgency, and they were able to move the ball the second half.
We are showing this, Brett, as a positive schematic matchup for Baker, Godwin, Evans, and Palmer. Yes. And when I've seen that, I mean, to me, it's like 80%. Like they're going to have a good day passing it. Well, they normally do. Evans kills Carolina, for example.
Yep. Yeah, I Evans, you can never there isn't really a scheme that takes him away necessarily. So definitely love it. I think he had $1.62 last time these two teams played.
Yeah.
I love him this week. I also love Godwin. He's really, really coming on strong. And I know, gosh, it was 3 or 4 weeks ago, Canales said in a press conference, his goal was to get Godwin going down the stretch. Yep. And he sure has. Like he is tearing it up. I think the last 3 weeks he's like 3.8 yards per route run. Like he kind of looks back there, and I love his usage too. Like he's playing in the slot a ton. He's also playing outside still too. So when he gets those favorable matchups outside, they're leaving him out there, which is really.
You think they kind of like waited till they thought Palmer was ready to play outside and move?
Palmer plays. So early in the year, he was playing almost only in the slot, and Godwin was on the outside. I think that was hurting Godwin's productivity a little bit. Right. Now that Palmer, I think you're right, because Tompkins was getting some playing time in there, and now that Palmer's really kind of asserted himself as a guy who can do everything, play all 3 positions, it's really helped them because they do like to move those guys around. Like Evans will even play in the slot a little bit too.
Oh yeah. Adam and I have interviewed that kid, Palmer. He is not short on confidence in a solid way, like in a George Pickens kind of flash way, which I was like, okay, I can respect it. And the guy's done really well. Dating back to the preseason too, by the way.
Yep.
So he could be like a real hot sleeper next year.
He is a freak athlete too. Like just insane body control for how fast and how high he can jump. Just really, really good athlete. So
John, his hands were the reason why he dropped so far. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but the hands were always in question. But his speed is elite. And he's going to be a fun player if they walk away from Evans, which right now looks like it's going to be the case.
Cleveland at Cincinnati. I mean, I feel pretty good about Cincinnati. I don't know about T. Higgins. Looks like
he's good. Second. This is his second different hamstring problem here. Doesn't look good for him. Mixon should go. I mean, he had an illness. He didn't work today, but he should go.
You think they use week 18 to take a little bit more of a look at Chase Brown?
Well, Mixon is not signed, so they could do that.
Brett, do you think Chase Brown is good enough to be let's call it a primary back for the Bengals next year?
In that system, maybe. They don't have a ton invested into him. I would still add a body though to compete with him.
Yeah, sure.
I wouldn't like
probably more of a dual back. Like if you could add Samaje Perine back, you could probably roll with that.
He actually Mixon, I should say. He's signed through next season, but they have a decision. They have a decision to make on his contract. He's got a roster bonus due in mid-March of $3 million.
I'll tell you what I said on the radio today. That's probably one of the most underrated running back dynasty picks of the last 10 years.
Mixon?
Because how often can you get 8 solid years of production right out of the gate? 8 in a row, basically, from your running back.
Yeah, he's going to catch the ball good around the goal line. The word I got the word is that as much as they like Brown, they know he needs to be in a 2-back system with a power back.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
All
right, let's go.
He's kind of like his upside is like a very junior case of Eckler, sort of a similar build. Got some juice, could catch it.
Yeah,
he's just smaller, compact.
I think he's a little tougher, maybe bigger. Than
giant size.
Oh, he's ripped. I know, like his brother. He's definitely ripped. Yeah.
With a little less juice, maybe.
Yeah.
But good matchup here by the numbers for Browning and Chase. This will be Yosevitz is a good schematic prop guy. He's a big time +1, Brett. And any other thoughts here? I mean, the Browns are going to rest a bunch of dudes here, so I think Browning is going to. I mean, we're going to look at we're going to write an offseason like we're going to talk about Browning was like the QB6 for the last 6 weeks of the year.
Yeah, Browning looks great. I'm very surprised by this. What I'm really surprised by is his mobility, man. Like that, he was a statue in college. I don't know, not really sure how he's doing this. So,
yeah. And then looking good for Mixon, and I do think Brown's viable. Bad schematic matchup there for the tight ends for what it's worth. For Hudson, but again, Sample baby. My man's catching 2 balls for 18 in this game. Drew's Sample. They are checking it down to him a lot.
Drew's Sample question. Yes,
they do. It's annoying me because I've lost a couple of Hudson props over the last.
Poor Irv Smith. God.
Who? Yeah,
exactly.
He's no longer. He's in the dirt.
Browning was Sample's QB in college, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's a thing there. Minnesota, Detroit, your Lions, Brett, are going to have no mercy, I believe, on the Vikings. The dude. So what do you think? They come out and they play to win, right?
Yeah, I mean so Campbell was asked specifically about the starters, and he didn't say I'm playing starters, but he did say I'm playing to win the game. I think he's gonna. So they have a lot of guys coming back from injury. I'm sure Adam can give us more details.
Yeah.
Aleem McNeil, CJ. I think Campbell specifically said that he wants to use this as an opportunity to get those guys involved before the game means anything. So that's I don't know that those starters will play the whole game. I don't have.
I don't know. They could be. They have a chance to be the 2.
Very small teams, right?
Right. Exactly. I don't know how much that means to them. Is it really worth the risk? And they've got some guys who are nursing some injuries now. That what they're going to do once Gardner Johnson plays. Branch he'll move to corner.
That's official?
No, but that's kind of what I think is going to, based on what I've heard.
That's what
I'd be worried if I'm Dan Campbell and I'm thinking about a potential matchup in the playoffs against the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm like, we win the game in Detroit and they're losing in Philly. Like, I want that edge.
Well, the way you beat Detroit is you got to throw it because you can't run on them, and Detroit's been vulnerable, but they're going to they want to play Gardner Johnson. I don't know how much he'll play, but they just want to get his feet wet. He's been out for 3.5 months. You saw what happened. Poor Kindle Vildor. He shouldn't have been out there.
Yeah. So what's the Vikings quarterback? Have they
Mullins?
Mullins, yeah.
It's going to be Mullins for sure. Okay.
Yep.
I guess that's fine. It's better than Jaron Hall, and apparently it's better than Josh Dobbs for everybody else. Jefferson, go right ahead. Addison's still hurt though, Adam, right? Is he working?
Addison is actually off the injury report. He's good.
Oh, is he? Oh,
Yep.
okay.
And hey, believe it or not, they have an outside chance to get the playoffs. As absurd as it is.
Please lose, Vikings.
Yeah, I hear you.
Signed all Vikings fans so we can get like a top 12 pick. I think they'll be able to get a quarterback there, and they have to do that. No question about it. I guess we're good with Ty Chandler too, right? Like Madison really wasn't much of a factor.
I don't think anyone's running on the Lions.
True. But might catch a couple balls.
True.
Although Pollard, man, I lost a prop on Pollard. Did you see that ball over the middle he would have taken to the house probably that he didn't catch? Right before the half, Pollard dropped the ball from Dak. He was running out of the backfield.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that was,
he got caught on a D. Yeah, Glenn dropped the D lineman in coverage, got one-on-one with the running back, and that was not a good schematic matchup for the Lions, as you would say, John.
yeah. Oh, he's taking that to the crib.
Yeah,
I believe. Anyways, next game, let's go to. Oh, and again, I think if you had to lean on one side of it with the Lions, because they have a lot of star players, Amon-Ra, Gibbs, Montgomery, Laporta. You can either do one or the other. Start them or sit them.
Oh my God,
Adam. I mean, what side of the ledger do you go there?
Oh boy. Again, I'd probably play them, but I want to see what my options are.
Yeah.
I
think they'll give you a good half ball,
John. Certainly lowering the expectations a little, but I'm on team stardom. They did this against Green Bay last year. I'm sure they love that. Knocking them out. I'm sure they'd love making.
Well, this is different. Yeah, but this is different. They have a small. They can move from the third to the second.
Too. Yeah. I mean, that's
Philly.
That's matter. We don't know how much that do they care, because you're weighing being smart about it, because they're playing next week no matter what, versus they're still getting a home game anyway in the first round. It doesn't matter.
Well, we also are talking about a head coach who went for 2 at the 7 and lost the game. So smart.
Yeah.
Knowing how Dan Campbell thinks, and I know how he thinks because we're identical people. He's going to want to go in the playoffs with a win. I think. I do think that's true.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't like the taste of defeat. He's gonna.
Yeah.
He wants blood. He'll go out there and try to win this game, and then go. So they're going in on a high note, not backing into the playoffs, because they haven't lost 2 games in a row once this season. If they lost this week, that would be 2 in a row. So.
And it makes it just a little sweeter that it's against the Vikings in your own home, in your home stadium, and you send their ass packing.
Oh, Byron Murphy's not going to play again.
There you go.
The knee. Yeah.
So I'm in on Team Lions this week. Let's go to Jets Patriots, and it's how about that Bailey Zappi, man? I mean, geez,
he has zapped himself out, but he's still playing.
That was probably the most shocking rushing touchdown I ever got from a quarterback last week, because he was so awful. And I'm like, why did I start this, man? And then, oh, wait, never mind. 17-yard touchdown run. Okay. But, I don't know about Hunter Henry here, Adam.
Yeah, it's a lingering knee problem. By the way, if you notice, they're playing, and they are in evaluation mode. You notice Tyquan Thornton's playing a lot. Jalen Reagor, who returned one for a touchdown, got decent run. So they are definitely evaluating these young players.
Well, if they would have listened to me, they would have probably taken Bo Melton out of Rutgers in round 7, because they love Rutgers guys. But, again, what do I know? All he did was run the 37th fastest 40 at the combine, and he's balling for the Packers. Meanwhile, they got Tyquan Thornton out there catching 1 ball every week. I mean, it's unbelievable how bad they are. Like, even, how bad it is? This not to go off on a tangent here, but I guess it's a tangent edition. This is how bad it is. They're always groping and hoping that they can get a number 1 pick bust from someone else. That's how bad they are at evaluating, because they're
bad at receiver. They've never got it right really at receiver. We've been over the list. It's horrific how much Belichick's missed on it.
But not only that, let's bring in Jalen Reagor.
Well, he can run. Now he's got ability. It doesn't cost him anything. I mean, I can see
None
that.
of those guys ever work out though.
Yeah.
They never do anything. It's anyway.
Belichick's best receiver draft pick was a quarterback in college.
I know. Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah.
And trade Wes Welker. Yeah. Anyway.
Anyways,
let's move.
I couldn't resist that one, but and you know what's funny is I talked with his dad about it. By the way, this is before the draft, and his dad played college football. His dad knows what's up. As a coach, he's like 100% the best spot for him. I'm like, that would have been perfect. He may have been balling by now for them, you know, like a rack guy. But who knows? Let's move on to next game here. Jets. Well, let's finish the Jets Patriots. Anything? Well, what do you think about Garrett Wilson this week? What does Belichick look to take out here? I guess is the question. I'll go to you, Adam.
Okay.
No, I mean that's that. Oh, yeah, that he is the guy. I mean that's he's going to try to race him
or Brees.
But I think the run defense is good enough naturally. They don't have to.
Exactly.
You're right.
It could be a Conklin game. Who knows? Could be a Conklin game.
I mean, it's unbelievable, Brett, how well these Patriots are playing with, again, their best two players long gone, and yet they might be the tightest, toughest defense in the league right now.
I mean, that's the one thing Belichick's got left is he can actually scheme it up on defense. I mean, it's crazy. It is amazing what they're doing.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, obviously he does that, and then clearly they just get better. You know, they're coached up for longer, and they just come together and play really well. So not the best matchup for Henry if he does go. I don't understand. Like, if you're limited in leading up to finale, I guess they hope that he plays, right?
Well, John, understand they're the only team that lists. They rarely will list a player full. They're the only team that does that. They do that on purpose, so they don't give it away whether a guy's going to play or not. That's absolutely strategic.
But if he's working, I would think they hope
doesn't mean he's playing. Yeah, that doesn't.
Yeah. Okay, all right,
yeah,
all right.
No,
it could just be like
injury depends on the player.
He just starting his offseason program this week, basically.
Yeah. I mean, he's working, but we'll see.
He's working. Falcons, Saints. I guess we're trending toward Heineke.
Oh, Heineke's his quarterback. Yeah, he'll be all right.
That, but he's banged up.
Yeah, he'll play. Yeah, he's going to play. And hey, folks, they could still win the division. If they win and the Bucs lose, they get it.
Yeah, this is a must-win game for both teams, the Saints and the Falcons. The winner of this game wins the division if the Bucs lose.
Yeah.
I will say, Brett, we have it once again as a good matchup for Drake London, coverage-wise. And every time it looks good for London, he does well. And every time it looks bad for London, he does not do well. I mean, it's like clockwork.
Yeah.
So, feeling that one.
Yeah, Saints have had games where they've given up a lot of yards to, on the outside there. So, although
Lattimore is back, Adam, right?
Oh, is he?
No, he's not back.
Oh, I thought he was.
No, he had his contract. He had a contract restructure, but
that's what it was. Okay.
Oh, maybe. Okay. Damn. All right. Well, I don't know why I thought, because I was surprised to hear it at the time, but maybe it was bad information. He is. No. What about Alvin Kamara, Mr. DNP?
Yeah, he's got an ankle. Yeah, he hasn't worked yet. Obviously, tomorrow's going to be a big day. If he's even limited, he's playing. This may be a situation that they weren't going to. He's got an ankle. Got to get it right.
And if he's not playing, then do they look at Kendre Miller or is it Williams?
Well, the Williams would be the guy for sure, and Kendre would be the changeup.
Man, I really liked Juwan Johnson last week. I wish it's just hard to go all in on a guy like that, but I did list his prop, and that was an easy winner. Damn, I wish I started him in one league. Coming on again as he always does. Not the worst matchup for him either. And Brett, back to you. Like, did we just punt on any analysis on Bijan Robinson at this point?
Yeah, I guess it's really. I mean, that backfield in general is not like even Algier and Bijan combined haven't been what we thought it would be. Like,
yeah, true.
Like true. Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery are like outproducing them twofold. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
It's been just a letdown across the board. So.
Well, plenty of off season to kind of unpack that, but yeah, and we'll see if Mr. Artie Smith makes it out of there, makes it to free agency, let's say, or makes it to the Super Bowl. Jacksonville at Tennessee, Adam, it looks like Trev Lawrence is only going to miss the one game. And might we get Christian Kirk back this week?
They don't know. This is his first week back from the groin surgery. Zay Jones has got the knee is okay. It's the hamstring that's the problem. Tomorrow's a big day for Kirk because he'll probably give him a little bit more to open up and test the groin. But the fact that he's out there gives him a shot. They know it. I mean, this is a huge game for them. They should not be in this position, but they are. They put themselves in it, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sure they'll be fine against Tennessee. I mean, it's in Tennessee. They're still playing hard.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Yeah. They don't have I mean, John, they are so down in talent, but it's another one of those where they play hard as hell, as you mentioned. They execute the best that they can with what they got. They do a good coaching job. I would say Shane Bowen does a good job there at DC.
Brett, do you see anything different lately out of ETN? The production has certainly picked up.
Yeah, I mean, he's so feast or famine on the explosive runs. Like he hits a couple of those per game, and he's good to go. But there's just so many 0-yard runs, 1-yard runs, and it's hard to sift through it. But when he plays a defense that misses a lot of tackles, sometimes he gets loose. So
you think his vision's not great?
Yeah, I think it's vision. He's not a very
instinctive.
He's not decisive either. He's not super decisive. And then furthermore, he's not a super physical runner. Like he can break tackles, but he's not going to, drop the hammer and drag a guy for 3 yards. So he's getting contact.
He tries.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a kind of an awkward build, I guess, for that.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is a little bit of an outlier guy.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see him playing receiver.
Yeah. I mean, Urban Meyer said he was going to play receiver when he drafted him. So
yeah. I mean, is he compared to like a Marcus Allen, by the way, Adam? I have to pull one out from way back there, but I don't know. Maybe not. Let's move on.
That's a little strong. It's a little strong.
No, I mean, I'm just talking
stylistically.
Yeah, Marcus is an odd. His running style is very interesting. He was unbelievable around the goal line, cutting and slashing. Tall, upright runner with great vision.
Yeah. Hall of Famer. Of course, my team, we took Darren Nelson out of Stanford over the Heisman Trophy winner, and I was 11 years old. I'm like, what the F are we doing over here? Anyways, drafting poorly is what we're doing. And then, by the way, 5 years later, Darren Nelson failed to haul in what could have been the game-tying tight end at the last second in the 1987 NFC title game against the DC Commandos. What about Derrick Henry here?
Oh, did you know? No, I know they were getting blown out, but Spears outsnapped him.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, there's only one more game. I think out of respect, they're still going to just roll with Henry.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be. They're not going to bring him back. So yeah, I could certainly see that. And we'll see what happens with Vrabel here. We'll see.
Really? Oh, you think he might not be safe?
He'll probably be back, but when the owner sacked the GM in season, that's certainly after extending his contract.
You're talking Robinson?
Yeah, remember? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Within a year, like 9 months, she fired him. That was a shocker.
It was a shocker, but also was a shocker. And I was 5 feet away from him when he started crying at the combine. I was like, damn, this is awkward. I want to walk away from this, honestly. Let's go next to Buppity Pop. Seattle at Arizona. No PT issues here. We have what do you think here matchup wise? This is perfectly fine matchup for Geno and all the receivers here, Brett.
Yeah, for sure.
Real good.
Yep. I like the entire offense. I like Kenneth Walker too. Obviously, we've been picking on Arizona's pass defense all season long. That's no secret there. Schematically, like this, soft zone coverage type stuff that Gannon likes to do. Like DK should have all those built-in free yards we talk about. Lockett should be able to work the seam. JSN should get involved too. They're the starting corners on Arizona that right now are Starling Thomas, Antonio Hamilton, and Jalen Thompson, for God's sakes. Thompson's a safety playing in the nickel. I mean, this is rough. So, and then furthermore, like, so we started by picking on Arizona early in the year, and then their run defense just went to crap, and like they've been horrible against the run. And so I like Kenneth Walker here.
Going to be a big McBride game. Not a great matchup schematically for Dortch, but I mean, you're not sitting Dortch if you need him and still playing. Michael Wilson had a big game last week, Adam, but
yeah,
can you trust that kid?
Well, he ran the wrong route on the pick, but yeah, look, he's starting, and look, I'll be interested to see how Kyler handles this thing, because the Eagles defense has collapsed. Seattle's they're pretty healthy now in defense.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how this goes. Kyler's great, no question, but Eagles defense was so bad, and it was, we'll talk when we get to that Giants Eagles game, but
yeah, it's a tougher matchup for sure.
Michael Wilson's a good player, though. I know we talked about him leading up to the season. He's a possession receiver who he has a good nose for the ball, knows where to go. I know a lot of coaches liked him. Pretty good kid.
One of the nastiest route runners in the draft.
Yeah. He's got a lot of ability. He's not explosive, but he knows where to go. Usually,
yeah. A lot of injury problems though have reared
shoulder. Yeah, shoulder. Yeah.
I'm not sure he has that DNA we need to avoid the injury. But
yeah.
And Ken Walker, I was told that they didn't know if he could make it through that game, but he looked okay. I guess we're okay. It was a DMP Wednesday, but I talked to Doc Addix about it today. He said he thinks he can improve over the course of a week and maybe be in a little bit better shape going.
Yeah, the issue, he also had an illness. That's why he didn't work on Wednesday. Right. He should be able to go.
Right. Okay. And then we have next up Chicago Bears at the Green Bay Packers. No playing time issues here.
No.
Well, actually,
okay.
Are there for Green Bay, actually?
No. Well, if they win, they're in.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of other ways they can get in, but they're easiest. The other ones are really hard. There's only one easy one. They win, they're in. So Watson started working. He's got a chance. Hicks or Dontayvion Wicks, should play. Reed has got this chest injury. It's been lingering. That's their concern. He's got to get cleared to play, but he's got a little bit of he got a little work in. Chicago, Mooney's out again. Tyler Scott, who they love, will start as he did last week. Komet's knee is not good, John. He only played 13 snaps last week. Didn't even get a target because he jacked his knee up 2 weeks ago. Oh, Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson had major shoulder problems coming into the draft. That's why he dropped, and he's dealing with a shoulder problem now.
Well, I guess what I was just looking for is what would be the scenario where Green Bay would not make it. So that would be them losing and Seattle winning, I guess.
Yes.
Or New Orleans winning.
Yeah, they have to if they lose, the only way they can get in is they need the Seahawks and Saints to lose, or the Seahawks and Bucks to lose.
Well, luckily Seattle's kickoff is the same time because I was just looking to make sure.
Yeah. Sure.
By the time they kick off, we're in. Maybe not at 1 Eastern, but now kickoff at 4:30, we're in. So I don't think that'll be a problem. So I was just checking on that. But did you talk? Who's the other receiver? I guess Wicks.
Yeah, it looks like he's trending towards getting cleared. Yes, yeah, and Reed has worked the last 2 days. He's just going to get cleared medically, and Watson's got a shot. Tristan Watson definitely has a legit shot. They got to figure out. Oh, and by the way, I need to add this. Musgrave is trending towards getting cleared.
That would be a buzzkill for Kraft people.
Yes.
I was really liking that.
And he'll play him if they're not going to hold him back. If he gets cleared medically, he's in there, and they need his. Oh, here's a problem though. For Dillon, I don't know if anyone's using him anymore in Week 18, but Dillon, the thumb is okay. It's the neck is the problem. He needs to get cleared medically.
Brett, any other thoughts on Aaron Jones is looking really good. I think he's back. And how about my guy Bo Melton? Come on now, give it up.
Yeah, Jones looks great. Bo Melton looks good. It's crazy how many young, explosive receivers the Packers have. It's insane. Dontavian Wicks is another guy, like, he's very similar to that Trey Palmer class of player, like insanely fast, fell in the draft because he can't catch. He had 17 drops as a senior last year. Which is insane. Yeah, his drop rate was like 40%, which is unheard of.
I've never heard of that before.
Exactly. Yeah. Like if he would have came out on his junior tape, he would have been a day 2 pick for sure. And then dropped 17 passes as a senior, and that was the end of that. So, but I mean, it's crazy how many young, explosive receivers these guys have, and they got Melton for free basically. So,
all Senior Bowl guys.
All Senior Bowl guys. Yep.
It's unbelievable.
I love Jordan Love in this matchup, and a game he has to win. I feel like the Packers, after getting boinked by the Lions last year, they are going to come out on fire this year. They're in the same exact situation they were last year. Win and you're in. The Bears defense has been really bad lately. In the run game, 2.36 adjusted yards before contact per carry allowed. And then in the pass game, they're pressuring the quarterback on just 29% of dropbacks the last 5 weeks. That's the second worst number in the league. Their time to throw is like 2.72. Time to pressure is 2.8. Bad numbers across the board. This is a 7-on-7 type game for Jordan Love.
Yeah, and
who's been awesome, by the way. I don't know if there's a quarterback playing better than him right now. He's on a roll, John. This has been a while now.
Him
and the Bears, they can be stingy, but Love is such a good arm talent, though.
His accuracy, John, is the word around the team is his accuracy, knowing where to go with it. Mm-hmm. And he's so comfortable back there. Nothing's rattling him like before. He'd move when he should move. He's so comfortable right now.
As I said in September, he's going to be the litmus test and a good, test for holding your quarterback out. Yep. But you got to have patience.
Yep. He had a deep program out of the Utah State offense and learned the West Coast, and he's got it down, man. And he's growing with these young kids. This has been a great story. He is clearly the guy of the future. No one's really talking about him. That's a funny thing. That people don't realize how well he's played.
Yeah, I mean, I said this week that Jordan Love was a set it and forget it QB1 all year. We just didn't know. As it was going in real time, our confidence grew. But the fact of the matter is, if you start him every week, you hit a little bit of a rough patch. But for 2 weeks, maybe, he was good. So I mean, every week, and then Fields, he's been good. He's been fine.
Yeah, no, he's looked good.
DJ Moore, a little banged up. I guess Mooney going to play?
No, concussion. No.
You know where Mooney should go? He should go to Chiefs.
Yeah, he's a good player.
He is. He's a lot better than everybody thinks, I believe. And then the Bear backfield. You mentioned Deontay Foreman. Did you mean to mention Deontay Foreman?
No. Poor guy. He had the personal issue, so he didn't play, and he got buried last week. So
I mean, that throws a complete freaking monkey wrench because he was like the guy.
Yep.
Week off, personal issue, and then the next week, like, I guess he's the guy. Nope, not the guy. And he's not under contract next year, right?
No, he's on a 1-year deal. Yeah,
I probably trust Roshan the most because they'll be playing from behind. And what do you think, Brett?
I don't know that I think this could be a neutral game script for most of the game. The Bears offense is explosive enough that I think they can put up points. Packers defense hasn't been awesome. So I don't know. I like
Herbert this summer, but
by the way, he was added today with a back injury. I don't know this.
Herbert was?
Herbert was added with a back injury.
Okay. Yeah, he looked good the other day. He's so explosive, but he doesn't do any of the small things well. It's not not good in pass pro. They can't trust him there. So
We've been saying that all year. Let's go next to
Chiefs are resting everyone. Yeah, or mostly everyone.
Yeah, I mean, when I was doing the projections, I first looked. I saw Chargers -3. What? And I'm like, well, guess I learned there what's going on, right? So forget everyone. Blaine Gabbert. I will say it'll be like Richie James. What's his face? The kid from Clemson.
Justin Ross.
Yeah, Ross will play. It'll be Richie James, Ross, Mecole Hardman. MVS should go. He needs the work.
Maybe even Cadaverous.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know if he could play physically. He's so banged up. Your guy, Michael Pirine, who will not go away, and then they need to have. It'll be probably generic Prince off the practice squad.
No Reishi then, just bail.
Yeah, he's also has an injury, so I don't see him playing.
I mean, we've got him at wide receiver 80, I guess.
I don't see him. There's no way they risk him.
No.
If you're not playing Mahomes, why would you risk Rice? It would make zero sense.
Yeah, I thought maybe for like.
Plus, he's an injury.
Yeah. Brett, do you have any insight on Travis Kelce? Like for those drafting teams in the playoffs, is this bad luck? Is it a bad offense? Is he slowing down? Is he just getting the clamps put on him because nobody else is making plays other than Rashee Rice?
I will say controversial take, but when you're at the age of Travis Kelce, you're 100% of your attention needs to be going towards preserving your game, and he's very distracted right now. So
it makes ton of sense.
I mean, I'm not actually kidding. It's funny, but I'm not kidding. I do think that's a problem. Like when you're at that age and you're fading, like you have to devote every ounce to preserving what you have left, and he doesn't look like he's there.
You know what's similar to it? When you're Tommy Cutlets and it's a miracle you're in the NFL talent-wise, and you get a gig, and then you're spending a lot of your time off doing personal appearances in New Jersey talking about spaghetti sauce.
Yeah.
You may not be
Dude,
watching.
He has John, the guy shouldn't be in the league. He's a number 4 quarterback.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. I don't blame him for doing that because it's a once in a lifetime chance. He might not even be in the league next year,
I mean, you want to talk about catching lightning in a jar for 2 weeks.
Yeah, he's just a jag. He's a guy.
I would have been doing everything I can to hold that job throughout the year. That's just me. Yep. But anyway, who cares?
All right, Chargers, Keenan Allen won't play with the heel. Palmer hasn't been he's progressing through the protocol, so he might be clear tomorrow, Josh Palmer.
Yeah, that's a big one. Good schematic.
Fantasy teams did the Chargers kill this year?
I know. Tell me about it.
Herbert Eckler's been horrific down the stretch. Keenan got hurt at the exact wrong time for everybody.
Yeah, so, I tend to actually not draft Chargers. I don't really have any.
Well, they're going to charge her. I mean,
Chargers going to charge. I did like Keenan Allen very early in the career.
I forgot about Mike Williams went out week 2 or whatever.
Yeah, well. Exactly.
Yeah. I've always hated Mike Williams. 1 year I liked him, and he was okay. But anyways, I don't even know if we look at Gerald Everett here. It's just ugly.
It's ugly.
It's ugly. Let's go to Denver, Vegas. Oh wait, that's also ugly. But at least we don't have playing time issues.
Yep.
I do see a good schematic matchup for O'Connell. I did like Devontae's chances last week. He came through. Probably no Michael Mayer, Adam, right?
Yeah, Mayer and forget about Mayer and Jacobs. For the Broncos, look for Mims and Sutton to play. They're trending towards playing. Which
is huge for Jarrett Stidham because I don't.
Would you sit him? Would you sit him?
Yeah. No, I'm going to Jarrett start him this week. Because I'm telling you, I spoke with someone who knows very well that Sean Payton is very high on him. And
I know
he's got some juice.
Why is that?
Yeah, exactly. He's got some juice. And if you're going to have Sutton, Judy, and Kroll, you can't stop Kroll. He's going to Kroll F you on Sunday. But Lucas Kroll is doing some things. I talked with Doc Addicts too. Javonte Williams, I do believe came back too early, Adam. He's not looked good.
You really think that?
Anytime I can get Adam to go, like really high up there, we're talking controversial stuff.
But we said that with this injury. There's no way he's going to look this. You saw those reports coming up before the season started. I said, I'll reserve judgment. I don't believe it. You're talking about Javonte, correct?
Javonte Williams,
he had a multi-ligament injury. He's not going to look the same. It's impossible the next season. It was. I just don't think some people, when they talk, understand the way clubs look at these injuries. They look at completely different than the docs do. Who
if you want to
doing this injury analysis, it's different, man.
If you want to work your way through the injury,
it's been a great story. Yeah. He's not the same back. It's a 2 year comeback for him.
To get back to where it was a little early. I mean, he was on the same page as Breece Hall, yet his injury was much more serious than Breece Hall's.
Yes. Hall and Hall. Talking the Jets, they weren't totally sure early in the season what he was going to look like because he didn't practice a lot.
I mean, look, it's a little conspiratorial here, but it's not based in legit events. I mean,
well, anyway, so for this game, neither team has anything on the line, but it's not an I don't see an evaluation mode. The interim head coach Pierce wants to win the game because he wants to pad it, of course.
Yeah.
And Sean Payton said it's all systems go. Everything's normal. I don't see them. They don't need to look at anyone. Mims will play. Sutton's looking like he'll get cleared. So here we go.
Here's another schematic prop that if I can find one, I'm going to go for. By the way, Tyler Scott in the Bears Packers was a good one. Like I would guess this is like freaking 14 yards or something. But the other one was Trey Tucker. This week. Yeah. Any thoughts here on O'Connell, Brett, and Zamir White? I mean, has your opinion on Zamir White changed much the last 3 weeks? Mine has, because before 3 weeks ago, literally had done nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I think from what I've seen on tape, he's not any different than I thought he was. He's still lacks vision, but he's a physical specimen. He's a big, fast, strong guy.
Yeah.
Give him a crease, he'll make you pay for it. And I think that's the world he's living in right now. And
he's executed fairly well, right?
Yeah, he's executing well. They've taken some of the guesswork off of his plate, gone a little more gap heavy, than zone stuff, which has really helped him because he does not have to make a lot of reads. It's pretty obvious when to bounce it and when not to. So I think that's definitely helped him for sure. As far as Aiden O'Connell goes, I like the schematic matchup. Denver's secondary can be stingy, and they're going to shadow Devontae with Surtain. But
there you go.
Do you know Devontae Adams has 167 targets this year?
Wow, does he really? No, I didn't know that.
Second in the NFL, and he's missed a game too. That's even crazy.
Wow.
He now Devontae, I believe, is an outlier guy. Like, he is old school. He's like a guy who's playing in 1988 in that, like, oh, look, I'm 31. I'm still bowling. Like, I don't see a drop off at all.
He's a technician, so he's gonna survive longer than most guys.
100%. Jerry Rice was as well, by the way. Like,
absolutely.
Absolutely. Let's move on here to the next one, which is Philly Eagles at the Giants. All right, Adam, help me out here. Like,
help me, Rondell.
What? Get him out of my lineup. Rondell Moore. No. What are the Eagles going to do? How are they going to play?
Playing to win. They still have a chance to. Okay. John, think about it. They could be the 5th seed
or the 2.
Right.
Yeah, or 2. So no, they have everything to play for. Are you kidding me? No, this is.
What about banged up guys?
Maybe doesn't look good for Devontae Smith. Doesn't look good for him.
Right.
It's a day-to-day ankle injury. He hasn't done anything yet. He's out of the boot. He was out of the boot pretty early, but out of the crutch. He's off the crutches after 24 hours, I was told. But yeah, and Julio's above Quez Watkins and Zacchaeus. I don't know why they don't give him a chance. I know they don't really use 3 receivers much.
Yeah,
or they don't get the 3rd receiver the ball much, other than Julio twice last week for touchdowns. But Julio's the guy who would see the most time for Smith.
Good schematic matchup for what it's worth. For Julio, I actually wanted to take the Giants to win this outright.
Take the money line. Just think if you would have the Cardinals last week, the money line.
What were the Eagles thinking by bringing in Matty Patty? It's like, guys, you literally scored 41 points off of this guy.
Senior defensive assistant. They wanted someone because they had a young defense coordinator who only done it once for the Bears, and they just wanted to have a fallback plan. Just have. But the problem is he doesn't run the same scheme. He doesn't run Fangio, so it's been a nightmare. And Brett could tell. John, they are so undisciplined on defense right now. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, Brett, you seen that too? Like, it's disheveled.
They were having communication issues before Patricia, and then Patricia took over, and it's worse because, like Adam said, he doesn't run the same system. So, and I know he's not making drastic changes, but it's enough that it's confused them even more. Also, I think the Eagles forgot that everyone hates Matt Patricia, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I do find it funny that Darius Slay hasn't played since Matt Patricia took over.
No, but he had surgery.
I know. I just want to be conspiratorial because I think that's.
Well, he might actually play this week. He started working, but anyway.
Well, I mean, Philly's about ready to turn on Sirianni already. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, you know how it is here, man.
Yeah, I do.
That is
they're still less annoying than New York fans, though. No offense. Even though they're both annoying. What else do we have here? Giants offensively, yeah. Adam, Saquon usually hits them.
Yep. Oh, and the way the Eagles are playing run defense now, they don't know what they're doing.
Waller can give him a problem.
Jalen Hyatt, man, let's go.
Yep. Oh gosh.
Go.
The Eagles are so slow in the secondary. Yep. Put him. Yep. Absolutely. He missed one. One.
Hyatt now has 4 receptions of 50 yards or more called back via penalty.
Oh my God. Really?
I ripped that kid. And blew him off completely, which ultimately was right. But I do apologize because, if things had gone better for the Giants, that kid could have been making some plays here.
Yeah,
There's no doubt.
If lands in a different city, he could be balling right now.
Do you like him?
Oh, I do really like Hyatt. Yeah.
Yeah, what fooled me? He's just so skinny and flimsy.
Well, he's also pretty finesse. The knock on him from coaches. Yeah, he didn't always fight for the football and it would drive coaches crazy. But he's so explosive. Oh,
well, you know what? Honestly, I hated Will Fuller too.
Oh yeah.
Well, he also was hurt all the time, but yeah.
One difference that Hyatt has from Fuller is Hyatt can actually track the ball downfield. So like he is, he checks it down like a center fielder in baseball.
Well, yeah, and that's probably obviously other than his movement, that's like his skill.
Yep,
I think Yeah, so Giants looking pretty good here. Certainly have a chance. Moving on here, Cowboys at Commanders. And Adam, go to you. Did you see that report about they might be shutting guys down here in DC? Shutting
them down? They don't have any players left. I don't understand.
Well, Curtis Samuel.
Well, he's hurt. Yeah, he's a hamstring.
The guy JP Finlay.
Yeah, I know. JP's a friend of mine. Yeah, but Samuel has a hamstring problem. So
okay, well. They're not going with Brissett, and his. Well,
he also has a hamstring. He got hurt. I mean,
I'll read the tweet though. I'm just worried. Are they just punting here?
What did he say? I didn't see it. What did he say?
I'm calling it up right now.
That would be weird. Samuel, I could see because for his contract for next season, they want to make sure he doesn't get hurt. Not that I could see, but.
Wait. Anyways, I'll pull it up. But there was something that wow, it just seemed like, are they really trying to win here, or maybe?
Well, actually, Curtis Samuel is only signed through this season, so they would make. He's hurt. I mean, he's got a hamstring problem, but it really wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm not seeing this damn tweet here, but well, any other thoughts on DC with Sammy Howell here, Brett? I mean, one more go. I don't last week, I honestly didn't see a lot of it. I'm being honest here. So what do you think of Sammy Howell here?
Yeah, it's just, there's glimpses here and there. But he's not doing a lot of the quarterback needy things well. Like he's very undisciplined in his drops, footwork is really bad. He's dropping too far out of his protection window. So, he's dropping out of the pocket. He's sliding out of the pocket. He's inviting pressure essentially, and he's holding the ball forever again. I know he only got sacked once last week, right? Yeah.
That was shocking.
Yeah, but it's it's not great at times. But again, there's glimpses. He definitely has a cannon. He could definitely rip it. He's got short-term memory. Mistakes don't bother him. Even when he gets hit a lot, he pops up and keeps playing. So I don't know. I like him. Going forward as maybe like a high-end backup type, but I don't think that they can, realistically plan on him being the starter moving forward.
Well, here's the tweet, and it's actually very concise. I get the vibe a lot of Commanders veterans won't play this weekend.
I don't know why. I don't know what the point. I don't know.
It doesn't sound encouraging.
Mutiny, maybe.
It makes no sense. I usually when you do that, is that you're worried about guys who are on a contract next year getting hurt, so you're not on the hook. That's
or you're worried about losing the draft slot that you currently have.
Right, yeah, which is tanking. You shouldn't be doing that anyway.
I mean, that would be, yeah.
Well, Joe. Well, here's the thing: Jonathan Allen hasn't practiced this week. Kendall Fuller hasn't practiced this week. I
This
mean,
could be like,
you're naturally beat up as it is. So
yeah.
this
Who
could
knows?
be an absolute joke for Dallas. Like they could come out and just put up 300 in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so start them. And I would be careful with the DC dudes, especially in the backfield now. Buffalo at Miami, full go, both sides, obviously. Though it looks like doesn't look good for Raheem Mostert, Adam, and
I mean, it's just 5 straight, and Waddle too. Yeah, I would be worried about that. So, and Buffalo's, by the way, they've gotten healthy. Healthiest they've been in weeks.
Yeah, and Bradley Chubb just lost for Miami.
Yeah,
they have been good against the run. Do kind of like Shakir again here, Brett. Anything jump out at you? I'll tell you what does jump out at me. Gabe Davis popping here schematically. Everyone does, really, honestly. Maybe not Kincaid, actually, but Diggs, Gabe Davis, and Shakir looking good. So maybe Allen by association looking good, although I guess technically not. But all he does is run now.
Allen, I mean, I think this is a great spot for him. No Xavier Howard, Bradley Chubb gone. So now they're down their 2 best pass rushers. I don't know. I just think it's a great spot for Allen. On the flip side, Buffalo, they are so up and down with their run defense. It's insane. Since week 12, they have, a 4th highest explosive run rate allowed, 6th most rushing touchdowns, 7th highest yards before contact per attempt allowed. I think A-Chain should eat, especially if Mostert isn't gonna go. I mean, this is a huge spot for A-Chain.
Yeah, I'd say they've been probably more sketchy than not Buffalo, right? I mean,
they had a couple moments in the middle of the
season
where they were good against the run, but
that was season 3 of 23.
Yeah.
22.
That's true.
Season 3. They were bad seasons 1 and 2, really good in 3, decent in 4, then a little sus in 5. And then we go next to that's it, right? We're done.
That's it.
All right. Well, for the last regular season edition, we'll wrap it here. We thank Tommy T on the other side of the glass. Now, you thought I was going on and on, but we're only at 107 here. So we did finish earlier than usual. I'll wrap it up. Good luck to everybody in week 18. We're going to be doing live streams for the playoffs, plenty of playoff content, props, and all that good stuff, DFS. So don't go anywhere. We're here throughout the playoffs and throughout the year. I'm John Hansen. We'll catch you next time at fantasypoints.com.